Life is like skiing. The goal is not to get to the bottom of the hill, it's to have a bunch of good runs before the sun sets. Go ahead, do something impossible. If failure is not an option, then neither is success. If it scares you, it might be a good thing to try. The reason they want you to fit in is that once you do, then they can ignore you. You can raise the bar or you can wait for others to raise it, but it's getting raised regardless. The job isn't to catch up to the status quo, the job is to invent the status quo. The key to success is to find a way to stand out, to be the purple cow in a field of monochrome Holsteins. The cost of being wrong is less than the cost of doing nothing. You have everything you need to build something far bigger than yourself. You don't have to settle. It's a choice you get to make every day. It's clearly more fun to make the rules than to follow them. The moment you talk about work-life balance, you already missed the balance. Work and life overlap. When intelligent people read, they ask themselves a simple question: what do I plan to do with this information? The obstacle in the path becomes the path. Never forget, within every obstacle is an opportunity to improve our condition. Impressing people is utterly different from being truly impressive. Control your perceptions. Direct your actions properly, willingly accept what's outside your control. Stillness is what aims the archer's arrow. It inspires new ideas, it sharpens perspective and illuminates connections. There is no better definition of a Stoic: to have but not want, to enjoy without needing. Where the head goes, the body follows. Perception precedes action. Right action follows the right perspective. The path of least resistance is a terrible teacher. You are imperfect, you are wired for struggle, but you are worthy of love and belonging. Vulnerability is the birthplace of innovation, creativity, and change. Courage starts with showing up and letting ourselves be seen. Truth and courage aren't always comfortable, but they're never weakness. When we numb the painful emotions, we also numb the positive emotions. The dark does not destroy the light, it defines it. It's our fear of the dark that casts our joy into the shadows. Show up for people in pain and don't look away. Avoidance will make you feel less vulnerable in the short run, but it will never make you less afraid. What we know matters, but who we are matters more. Numb the dark and you numb the light. Just because someone isn't willing or able to love us, it doesn't mean that we are unlovable. Clear is kind, unclear is unkind. At the end of the day, at the end of the week, at the end of my life, I want to say I contributed more than I criticized. Of course it is happening inside your head, Harry, but why on earth should that mean that it is not real? We've all got both light and dark inside us. What matters is the part we choose to act on, what's who we really are. If you want to know what a man's like, take a good look at how he treats his inferiors, not his equals. It is our choices, Harry, that show what we truly are, far more than our abilities. It does not do to dwell on dreams and forget to live. It takes a great deal of bravery to stand up to our enemies, but just as much to stand up to our friends. To the well-organized mind, death is but the next great adventure. It matters not what someone is born, but what they grow to be. Do not pity the dead, Harry, pity the living, and, above all, those who live without love. The truth, it is a beautiful and terrible thing, and should therefore be treated with great caution. Numbing the pain for a while will make it worse when you finally feel it. We're all human, aren't we? Every human life is worth the same and worth saving. Wit beyond measure is man's greatest treasure. We are only as strong as we are united, as weak as we are divided. You do care. You care so much you feel as though you will bleed to death with the pain of it. It is the unknown we fear when we look upon death and darkness, nothing more. Let us step into the night and pursue that flighty temptress, adventure. Fear of a name increases fear of the thing itself. People find it far easier to forgive others for being wrong than being right. Things we lose have a way of coming back to us in the end, if not always in the way we expect. Understanding is the first step to acceptance, and only with acceptance can there be recovery. It is my belief that the truth is generally preferable to lies. Happiness can be found, even in the darkest of times, if one only remembers to turn on the light. Perhaps those who are best suited to power are those who have never sought it. You don't forget the face of the person who was your last hope.